The other project that I want to quickly let you all know about is a project that again did start partway through the first year of my presidency. We were sitting in a meeting and we have an incredible member called Cullen. She's based in Papua New Guinea and she's an incredible woman. She was one of the first females in her community to go to university, and she works in the petroleum industry. She's an engineer, mechanical engineer. And her and her husband Ella come from a region of Papua New Guinea called the Murik Lakes. We're sitting in this SIMNI meeting. We meet online via Zoom, and it's 8 o'clock at night. And we start talking to Cullen about the women in her village that hand paddle canoes from their village to the market, and it takes them 14 hours. They paddle overnight to get there. And that's their supermarket, and that's also their trading point. And Trish pipes up and she says, well, why can't we buy them an outboard motor?
Because Trish does that.
That's a really good point. Why don't we buy them an outboard motor? Anyway, so fast forward 2 years, and we've not just been able to provide the funds to get an outboard motor, which then cuts that trip significantly in half. But we've been able to do this for the whole community. So the first phase involved building above ground veggie patches in the village. And you can see in this location, it's surrounded by lakes and seawater. It's monsoonal. And pretty much the long and the short of it is, they can't grow crops because the soil is full of salt. So the only way to grow crops in this tidal area is to drain all the salt out of the soil or to bring it in. And so that first phase was creating veggie patches in the homes of the Darapat village, so 120 veggie patches. So what that means for those women who supply food to their families is they get to walk out the back of their house now and they can pick some cherry tomatoes and some cruciferous vegetables to go with their plentiful seafood. So next phase was, how do we actually build a community garden? And to do that, we've got to find a spot where we can actually put soil that's away from the tidal waters and lacking in salt. So that's what we're building. We are building a 14 by 10 metre veggie garden that is on stilts over the water. Pretty crazy and amazing. So part of another funding project that's coming through the PNG government is to actually also put a desalination plant next to that platform. What that means is fresh water not only for the crops, but also for the village. So at the moment they have to travel 5 hours by boat to fill up jerry cans. Every home has their own jerry can, and that's the water that they use for each week. And each week they have to go get water, it's 5 hours to get it. So that desalination plant means water for the crops, water for the villages, and there's one, Darapat village is one of 5 villages in that area. And those are the pylons you can see. So every single one of those sticks sticking out of the water, there's 87 of them, were hand put in by the men. They were chopped, they were felled, they were put on canoes. So the men of the village have done that. So it's been quite incredible, this whole project, the mobilisation of the whole community. So the funding that we were able to acquire through the SIMNI International Federation grant, through the Brighter Futures Fund, has helped get us to this far. And this project needs at least another 12 months to get it to the next piece. We have funding to be able to get materials. The biggest issue has been fuel. There is a massive fuel shortage in Papua New Guinea. Political unrest, earthquakes, you name it, it's happened this past year. There were periods of time where for 2 or 3 months at a time, Cullen was without power and without the internet. It's been pretty wild. It's been an incredible education for us around the haves and the have-nots, and just how close our sisters in PNG are, and how small a thing it is for us here to make a massive difference to an entire community of people that when it comes to monsoon season literally can starve to death because they don't have enough food or can't access it. So food security is one of the SDGs, so the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations, of which SIMNI is a non-government organisation that feeds straight into the United Nations. So that's also a reason why most of us in the room who are SIMNI members are part of this group, because we get to have a voice at the biggest table with regards to making a difference to food security for people in the world, and equality, equity, all of it. So that's that project. If you are interested in supporting that financially, please come and have a chat to me or any other SIMNI members in the room. We had a My Cause page running, it's still up, but the more direct way to get funds to the village, if you're wanting to support this project, is to talk to our treasurer, Beck, and we can make sure your donation goes straight to those funds. So those are just some of the projects that this band of badass women are up to. And you can see why people get really, really excited about what we're doing. So our reach is genuinely global, and our impact is always local.